The Pokemon Company be posting Fan Fridays material. Now, I don't understand Japanese, but at least shenanigans are a universal language. Let's watch. Now, the interesting thing is, the PokeTimes and other Japanese Twitter outlets from Pokemon, they post a lot of random battle videos from time to time, either showing off new gameplay features, new moves, and items, and stuff like that. But this one was one of the more shenanigans ones, because I'm looking at it, like, why are they throwing out Grookey into a Rotom? This is... oh. I thought it was going to be a complete stomp. But, again, I don't need to read the language to know what's going on here. We got a 5 PP status move on an unevolved Pokemon. That's Endeavor, my boys. So, we're going to see the overheat. Of course, Grookey dies. No, wait, there's a Focus Sash. And now we know where the rest of this is going to go. And it gets so weird because we're not used to Fear since it practically doesn't exist since everything's auto-level to 50. Like, you don't have the level 1 Pokemon anymore. If you have a level 1, it gets bumped up to 50. So the strategy and, like, all those weird niche sets don't really exist anymore. But, I mean, we got Grassy Glide. And that's just going to be the GG right there because they even show it. Hey, when you got grassy terrain, it gets priority. It doesn't matter what this Rotom is. It could be Scarfed. It could have 999 speed. Doesn't matter. We now know it's at 1 health because of the Endeavor. And then we take it out. And you know what? That's pretty cool. I like that the Pokemon Company will show these shenanigans. And it gets picked up. 13,000 likes, 4,000 retweets, almost 400,000 views. And now I'm scared because they just shared that to 400,000 plus people. The amount of impressions and the other strategies or something. And then I like the translation. It's a really good trainer. You should do your best to play with a favorite Pokemon. I tried my best to win at Pokemon. I'm guessing Sword and Shield. It didn't translate the hashtags. Yeah, it is Pokemon Sword and Shield. I just did the straight Google Translate. But I love it. Like, this is what the channel is about, boys. This is what Fan Fridays is about. And then we have, like, actual official Pokemon Company outlets spreading the love, spreading that good stuff. So yeah, like, you should do your best to play with your favorite Pokemon. I mean, even if Grookey is your favorite Pokemon, there's a strategy out there to just take, like, you do this, all right? Now, actually, no, before the grass turn activates. You do that. It's over. Kids bring an in-game team. It's not fun. What's the point of showing this? And then it's going to be the Rotom destruction. But then, not this tweet. Oh, like, auto scrolled on me. Hold up. This tweet. Look, this tweet is so filthy. They actually hide it behind a content filter. And once again, like, official Pokemon outlets, I guess. What's the Bunnelby going to do to the Mewtwo? Yeah, the face. That kid's like, uh-oh. Oh, no. No, I've had this happen before. No, it's not fair. I have a Mewtwo. But I'm using a Mewtwo. I should win. It's my level 70 Mewtwo. You caught that Bunnelby in the wild. That's not okay. Man, like, I love that they'll show, though. Is this like Pokenchi? I can't really tell what it's from or where it's from. This, like, predates P Sports, I think. So, once again, they're just, like, showing off the random, silly things you can do in Pokemon. The OG Fear. Oh, I actually didn't even notice, like, the stuff going down right here. You know, we got Japanese, but it's at 1 hit points. So, like, we're fine. And then you quick attack it, and then you're going to get it. So, showing off, like, the more classic, traditional Fear, even in just, like, a non-standard setting with a level 70 and the level 10 Pokemon or something. But it's interesting to see how Fear can still exist in Pokemon Sword and Shield despite this. I'm wondering if Grookey is the way to go to a degree. Because, like, yeah, at level 50, it's kind of hard to make sure you get one shot. But there's also a problem with the grassy terrain. The grassy terrain will heal the opponent if it doesn't have Levitate or if it's not a flying type Pokemon. However, it's still enough damage because Grookey has some surprising stats. Like, this is just like starter power creep or something. 65 on the attack, you can still EV invest it. Getting 0 IVs on hit points is kind of difficult. Getting 0 EVs, well, that's pretty free. And we can see from the video, this Grookey is weird. It's not quite a zeroed out Pokemon because it has 114 on the hit points. So that's as low as it can go. Or like 110 is as low as it can go. And it still has like decent defensive stats. So if the opponent's like a tanky Pokemon or doesn't have like a super effective hit, you might not get straight blown up. That is just like getting that 1 hit points Focus Sash. It's still possible. Then the 65 attack on a Grassy Glide, if you're Grassy Terrain boosting, it's going to do a significant amount of base damage. So even if the opponent heals up with something like Grassy Terrain because you're setting it, that's going to be fine. Grassy terrain plus leftovers on a neutral hit, because this is Rotom. Rotom's a bulky boy, so we have like max hit point investment and all this other stuff, and then it's a resisted hit. So even with Rotom's bulk, you're able to get through it. So an average Pokemon, if it has like leftovers into the grassy terrain, you're actually able to KO it, which was a big problem that you would see with the fear strategies. That if you fear a Pokemon with leftovers, well, you heal up all that health, and then the damage formula at level 1 means you're only doing 1 damage to the opponent. So it has like its successes and also has its drawbacks because you need to go last. 65 speed though, there's a lot of slow Pokemon. Like you go up against a Rhyperior, is it gonna work? Because, like, let's see, you outspeed them. Now, you hit them with the Grassy Glide. You proc their weakness policy. You do, like, a good amount of damage, but nothing really threatening. And then you Endeavor it down to 1 hit points. And then you have to, like, priority it with an extra Pokemon. Or you just outspeed it. So I guess it can work for setting up on slower Pokemon. It's just a more delayed 1-for-1. But, yeah, like, it exists and it doesn't. Now, I do know that Rillaboom are running this set. I saw a lot of this when I was doing my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/VerlisWolf. Hit that follow. Make sure notification turned on that we can watch my ranked battles and fan battles when I do them. I don't have a streaming schedule. I just throw them out there randomly. That's what all these recent battle highlights have been. But we've actually seen this Rillaboom, and the interesting thing is it still works. It's not like your traditional fear, you throw out a Rattata and then you cheese a Pokemon, but people are running Focus Sash with the Endeavor because you still get crazy Grassy Glide priority damage, and you can like tap out super effective hits or like force some Pokemon away, and then if you go up against something you can't handle, Talonflame, unless it's a Life Orb, because like let's say it's a Sharp Beak Talonflame and then it just like blows, well, no, because you're Endeavoring it. So it's going to lose its Gale Wings and you get the priority over it. Yeah, so Rillaboom does counter the Talonflame. It's good against other Pokemon. They're just setting up, blowing you up. Gyarados is an example. So this is kind of like an anti-sweep Pokemon that can also carry its own weight if it doesn't need to do that. Like you still knock off, take a big hit. You can still drum beating, slow down an opponent, set it up for the next one. Or just use that Grassy Glide like crazy priority stuff. So like this is the kind of Rillaboom we're seeing. However, it is hard to get into that exact Focus Sash range. So it's mostly just if you're going up against a Rotom as a Rillaboom and you stand no chance, you can at least cheese it out. And then like this is much better to have with the Rillaboom because Rillaboom is going to do a lot of damage with that Grassy Glide. And it's going to be doing like at least 50% to a lot of Pokemon. Like this Rillaboom is still going to be able to one-shot an Inteleon, and like let's just say it's a neutral typing. Well, a frail sweeping Pokemon is going to get outsped and going to take a lot of damage. Let's look at Jolteon, because Jolteon's going to be an interesting just kind of show on this one. So it's like, yeah, you're at 1 hit point, so the Jolteon's finishing you off, but you're doing 2/3 of its health. So Rillaboom is going to be like a 1.5 KO if everything goes right. That's why people tend to favor this moveset. However, you can get set up on really well, and it doesn't really do anything to Dynamax. That's another problem with like the fear strategies, nerf and stuff. You know, it's really well understood, especially now with like Poketime's doing this. You know, if you see the Grookey, you know that's going to cheese. But this is like free setup. It can't do damage to you. And it's not like it's a level 1 Pokemon, so it always drops you like 10 health in any kind of KO range situation. So there is a lot more failings to it, but the Endeavor against Dynamax Pokemon also isn't going to remove the bonus percentage hit points off of that Dynamax. So then Rillaboom can be in a really bad situation. However, it's really good at saving games. Like as an anti-sweeping Pokemon, I was also thinking about a situation with like Charizard or something. So Charizard, it's got the Max Flare, or maybe it's the Gigantamax one, and it's got an Airstream. So there's absolutely no way you're touching this Pokemon. Well, when the Dynamax has worn off, you bring in this Rillaboom. Well, actually, you get burned up in the Hellfire, so that's another way that this strategy doesn't really work too well, but it can stop a pretty crazy sweep. Also, yes, it's called Hellfire in Japanese, and I think that's a lot cooler, so I'm going to stick with that. It does its own thing, you know, it does its own, I think that's the best way of describing it. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not going to work. It's not like the old school days Fear when you just throw it out there and you are definitely getting a Pokemon with it. But this does have like its own supportive capabilities, as I've talked about. And then I just like what this Rillaboom does. You come in and you can pop things. Now it does get countered by Dynamax, but again, a lot of just like raw damage or weird strategies don't really work against Dynamax as much. And then since I'm banded, I don't want to really be Dynamaxing my Rillaboom, especially into a Cinderace, especially into Talonflame, especially into a super effective matchup. So you are going to need a Water-type Pokemon Just like a really bulky rock-type Pokemon is going to be pretty good. So it is nice to have something that aids your weaknesses, and at least Rillaboom can come back in later in the game. So if you make a good switch, you know, you might be able to Grassy Glide, take a hit, maybe they do some other shenanigans. If it's just like a completely zero matchup, then you can take a good switch, have Rillaboom come back in, and then you still have the Grassy Glide damage after it's worn off. Like, this still does half of Cinderace's health, even on a resisted hit. So if it gets chipped away by a Life Orb, if you can land a tag on it, then you at least have something. And then you're just always scary power and damage as long as that grassy terrain is up. So there's ways to play the Pokemon differently. I consider this viable, but just not like crazy strong. However, it's the thing that makes it really good on this Rillaboom is that it's not predictable. Is it an Assault Rillaboom? Do I just still have to throw my most powerful move at it? Is it Choice Band, so I have to respect its damage? Oh wait, it's Focus Sash. Oh, I just got you baited into an Endeavor. Oh, it's over. And then now you just get 1.5 against. So it's a risk reward here for sure. This one, you're at least doing something to the opponent. And then this, as the Pokemon Company said, do your best to make any Pokemon work. Which I think are really good words to take home with. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.